All right, hello and welcome to the beginning of a pretty long but fun adventure. So I got employed, I actually just graduated college back in May, and I got employed back in November, but because of COVID-19, things have been pretty crazy, and my job got pushed all the way back to December, and I've been living here at home since March, and I thought to myself, what's a pretty fun but relatively net inexpensive way to go around, see the country, visit some friends, and just have a great time. And I actually decided to purchase the cheapest running and driving Range Rover in the country, put some work into it, and just go along the country. So I'll be starting in Kansas, going to Colorado, Utah, California, then looping all the way across to the East Coast, where I'll be going to Connecticut, Maine, New York, then back down through the Deep South. So I'm definitely really excited for this journey. I'm also a big mechanical nerd, so I'm also excited to do it in a British car because they don't really have the best reputation for dependability. So I'm excited to prove some people wrong, hopefully, and just have a great time. So let's get ready and let's go kick some ass. All right, guys, welcome to day one of this epic 7-week adventure. I think I explained briefly in the little intro I did what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but just to recap, yeah, I'm taking a 7-week trip around the U.S., visiting some friends and some family, and going to see some awesome, beautiful sights around the country. This is always something I've wanted to do, and one of my favorite shows when I was a kid was BBC's Top Gear, and now, which is the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime. I always loved that show because Jeremy, Richard, and James always run around to beautiful parts of the world and just drove around in unlikely cars and had a great time. And I've always wanted to have a crack at that and just see what the hell happens. So here I am. Now, along for this first leg of the journey to Kansas is my stepmom, Jen. You might be able to pan in here real quick.
Hi, everybody.
I'll be picking up a few passengers along the way, taking them places. It's just all part of the journey. And yeah, I'm super excited to share this journey with not only people at home who are watching, but with the people who are with me on the road. And yeah, super excited. So just to give you all a rundown of the car real quick, because I didn't talk too much about it in the first part, what I'm in here is my 2008 Range Rover. This is probably one of the most unlikely cars for this journey that people would think or would really accept, because whenever you're going to go off-road over long distances for a decent amount of time, it would always be buy Japanese. That's what I would have done, but I've always wanted to own a Range Rover. I've always loved them. Didn't think I'd actually be able to afford one for my $6,000 budget, but I was actually able to find one that needed a little bit of work that I was able to put in, just a major service, and it was definitely worth it. I've always been pretty mechanically minded, so I was able to do the major service myself and get everything up and going and running like it needed to. And really pretty much just involved some cooling system service I did, and just some ignition system service like plugs and coils, new tires, and this thing is now running beautifully. So it's going to be a really fun journey, about 13,000 miles, which honestly, the Range Rover is probably the most unlikely vehicle that people would think of, especially one with almost 150,000 miles. But I'm excited for the journey. I've named it Sir Winston Churchill, one of my favorite British historical characters. Yeah, no, I am super excited for this journey, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Now, one more time, just to tell y'all the little route I'll be taking roughly. Things might change based on timing and whatnot and how COVID's going and everything, but as it looks now, I'm going to start off in Kansas, transition over to Colorado, over to Utah, California, and then sweep all the way over to the East Coast and then see some beautiful sights up in Maine, New York, and Connecticut, and then swing back down to the Deep South and come back to Texas. But either way, I am super excited for this trip, and yeah, I'm going to get used to filming. This is my first time on YouTube. It's a very low budget, low production experience kind of thing, but it's going to be great, and I'm really excited for it. So, all right, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next update.